We would like to apologize for the break yesterday, but hey, Halloween takes precedence over a lot of things. But, I'm good for it. So here's Chapter 12 of Follow Equestria, Brotherhood by Nuka Wolf, Predators. Adam sat outside the metal door in the bunker, with his back against the wall. Lou had a tiny green wool blanket that covered her as he breathed softly, laying her head on Adam. He had his head cocked towards the door so he could hear what was happening inside. And the only noise he heard was the faint humming from the walls of the bunker, and the mummers and muffles coming from behind the door. Neo, use the blade to cut the bandits. Allie, help me get her cleaned up. We need to hurry, Leonard shouted. Neo was sweating as he helped cut and wrap bandages around the injured mare. The room was dark, minus a small lamp that sat on a metal nightstand. It served only as the form of light in the room as the three operated. Leonard had a tongue sticking out as he carefully placed the last badge on the mar's forehead. She wiped the sweat from her brow and looked at Neo and Allie with a relief expression. Well, everybody, looks like she's gonna live. I'm glad we got to fix her up as fast as we did. Another 10 minutes and she would have been gone. Allie sighed, cleaning her hose off of a rag. You're pretty good with your medical stuff. Even the doctor at Mayton isn't that good when it comes to your emergency surgery. Lavender looked at her. But your home is the only stopping point within 10 miles. Injured ponies come here all the time. A few traders taught me how to bandage ponies, even with real deep wounds. Neil patted her back gently and looked at the resting mare in bed. I wonder what kind of monster did this. I think it's just roaming out there, picking up poor souls off that gets me. Leonard stretched a yawn loudly. Well, ponies say it has a black round shape, and it flashes orange before teleporting to a pony with a white blade. Or at least that's what the survivors tell us anyway. Based on that, this thing sounds more like a murderer than some monster. Lavender gave it a look. I know, but it's... Never mind. I just want to drop it. The door clanked open as Adam and Lou poked their heads through the doorway. Lou was rubbing her tired eyes as he tried to wake up. A small blanket holding closely at her side. Big brother, is she okay? Adam ruffled her mane. I think so, Lou. Neil turned to them with a calm look in his eyes. Yeah, she'll be fine. Though I don't know how she's going to act when she wakes up. Adam and Lou calmly went up to the three and looked at the resting mare who barely survived the fatal monster. What's going on here? A low, shallow voice said from behind. Once again, every pony in the room turned to see the professor, standing there with the same tired look in his eyes. Dad, we helped some pony who was attacked by the monster. She put her hoof to her chest of the pulsing tick mare, and I think we did a pretty good job helping her up, too. Good, I'm glad to see you helping ponies. I just came to see what else is going on. I turned away, but was stopped by Adam. Professor, were you in your office this whole time? He gave a slow glare. Yes, the correct term is the laboratory. He stared almost negatively. With that, he turned around and went back down the hallway. Ivor hopped out the stool she was on and yawned once more. She smacked her dry mouth as she slowly trotted out of the room. Well, I'm off to sleep. It's been a long night, and I want to at least sleep before the day comes. Neil hopped up his stool and rubbed his eyes. A bit of sleep does sound good right about now. Adam yawned even louder, with the lavender and shook himself a bit. Yeah, I've been up for most of the night. Sleep is one thing I need. Allie chuckled and made her way out of the room. Come on, Neil. Let's head back to sleep. We got a long day tomorrow. Neil's face dropped. Yeah, a long day. Ugh. Lou looked out hurriedly. Wait, brother, you're funny. Neil patted her twice on the forehead. I try. Everybody was in the kitchen, and Adam was helping Lavender make beans. Though they had had beans once before, they didn't look forward to eating them for the majority of their stay at the bunker. The beans boiled in a steel pot as Lavender levitated the wooden spoon in the pot and stirred the warming food. She faintly hummed as Adam got the plates and bowls. Neil had his duster off his body and folded it on his back so Lou could use it as a saddle. He walked about the kitchen as Lou sat on his back, pretending to blast aliens, like the pony in the Cosmic Muffin comics he read every now and again. Big brother, watch out for the space monkeys! She yelled, pointing to Lavender and Adam as he approached them. Neo turned left and heroically avoided disaster with Adam and Lavender, or the Space Monkeys. Allie laughed a little bit as Neo made spaceship noises as he walked around the eating area. Even though he did feel a little embarrassed about doing a childish thing around Allie, he got a sense of joy out of it. Get your blasters ready, Lou. The Space Monkeys are back! He would call as he passed Adam and Lavender again. Adam set the bowls on the table and turned to his big brother and the filly in the back. Brother, food's ready, he said warmly to him. Lou hopped off Neo's back with a sad look on her face. Oh, but I want to go to the muffin planet. Neo took a seat at the table and helped her get on the seat. Don't worry, Lou. Maybe later we could both go to the muffin planet. He couldn't help but let out a chuckle. Lou's sad face turned happy at the words. Just like that, she was back to her usual happy self. We're having beans for breakfast. Again. Lavender says he levitated a pot and a spoon while giving each pony their own portion of the meal. Lou frowned as he stared at the food in front of her. But why do we eat beans all the time like sis? Why can't we ever have muffins? Lavender put the pot on the counter and went to her seat on the table. Because, Lou, the traders stopped coming through, and without the traders, we can't get new food. Adam smiled at Lou with his mouth full. Just pretend it's mashed sweet carrots. That's what I do to take my mind off the flavor. Okay, Lou said, unsure how to look as he slowly started to eat the 170-year-old food. Neil was halfway through eating his meal as he looked around the carrots curiously. Lavender, is it your dad going to join us? Anna perked his ears and nodded at him. Yeah, we hardly see him around. Lavender waited briefly to finish the food that was already in her mouth before answering Neo. She swallowed and looked down at Lou as he poked at her food curiously, as if it were alive. Ever since my mom and other sisters died, he works non-stop in his lab. He only comes up once in a while to talk to us and spend a few hours with us every now and again. But other than that, he always stays down there for the majority of his time. What about food? He has to eat, doesn't he? Adam added. He wakes up early before every pony else and gets something light to eat before going back down to his work. Sometimes I wonder what he does down there so much. You say he makes posters, right? Well, how many does he make? Neil said before hopping down his seat and putting his duster do-rag on. Lavender looked up at him. Before she could get a word out, Lou stood up in her seat and stretched out for all to make both sides. He likes this money. Lavender and Allie chuckled there briefly before she sat back down. Sometimes I counted hundreds, though his shipments are frequent. Neo and Adam's eyes widened at the thought. Wow, and he makes them all in his... Stopped suddenly, seeing the others felt the bunker shake. The shake merely lasted a second, but everyone still felt it and wondered what it could have been. The professor suddenly stumbled through the kitchen doorway, coughing and clearing his eyes as soot and small puffs of black smoke rolled off his body. Neo went over to him with his hose, afraid to catch him in case he fell. Professor, what happened? Lady, you okay? Yelled Lou as he rushed down to hug her father's leg. Allie helped Neo get him to a chair to sit before he spoke to him. And a few more hiking coughs, he answered them. My memory test system just blew out. I needed to finish it, just bats, portions, but the old thing just gave out on me. He let out a few more coughs before continuing. That's it. If only I could get another. Adam butted in with a rather perky look about him. You mean a 23mm quantum memory transistor? Everybody looked at him oddly, like he had spoken some kind of foreign language. I have to say, Adam, I'm quite surprised. I didn't expect you to know about it. He shrugged modestly. Roswell Terminal had the same component. I usually have a few laying around my room, in case something happened to this terminal. Laura's head and gazed grimly at the cold metal floor. Yes, well, it doesn't matter anyway. My work is over. Allie patted him on the back. Don't you have a spare somewhere you could use? I'm sure there's one somewhere around here. He shook his head and continued to look towards the ground. No. I'm afraid there isn't a spare in the bunker. It's hopeless. The coalition won't continue to support me, and my children will be forced out to the waste. Neil slammed himself on the ground in anger. Don't talk like that. There must be something we can do to help, because I won't let you go out of that hellhole because of a stupid terminal piece. Neil yelled with determination in his eyes. He lifted his head up and thrust his mane to the side. There is one way you could get it, though the risk is high. No. I won't let you do it, he said while faintly shaking his head. Adam put his hoof on the professor's shoulder. We're willing to do whatever you need to get the transistor. A dark look in his eyes, followed by a faint, almost unnoticeable grin. Fine then. About 2 miles to the east is the ruins of a small town. And that town is a factory with hundreds of unnaturally large terminals. Each one has a transistor. All you need to do is find one of them and get it for me. Allie nodded confidently, yeah. Sounds easy enough. Where do we... But that's not all. Like I said before, there is a risk. Yeah? Before the bombs dropped, that town was home to a series of new robotic weapons. Traders gave them the name Predators. Now all I am thus thinking is the Predator walking through. A small hint of fear and death lingered around the word predators as he spoke about them. And what is worse, they go to town and kill any and all regardless of who you are. Neil gulped and imagined what the horrifying creatures might look like. In his mind, all he could picture were the large, scaly metal monsters with fire blazing out their mouth. So, with a lot of confidence and a deep breath, he agreed to go and get the transistor regardless of the risk. I'm doing this for Lou, and also for the ponies who come through here, he thought to himself. I'll do it! The professor's slight shadowy eyes looked oddly at him. I'm shocked, Neo, to say the least. I'm surprised you jumped in so fast to make the decision. He gave him a cocky look. It doesn't sound that hard. And who knows, that damn thing that's killing these ponies might be there too. Lou leaped into the air while pouncing rapidly. Yeah! We'll beat that big meanie thing! Adam patted her gently to calm her down. Sorry, Lou, but it's too dangerous for a little filly. Heck, even I'm scared a bit. But I'm not scared of anything. Neither are you, big brother, she said, looking up with her large eyes. Lavender stepped in, gave the little one-step look. Lou, I'll leave the big ponies get to go. I need to stay later with me until they get back. She folded her ears down and kicked the floor with one of her hooves. But I want to help too. Lavender scooted her close to her and wrapped her arm around her. You can, Lou. By staying here, you help them by joining them a party when they get back. She continued to mutter to herself. Okay, Big Science. The professor stood up and patted Neo and Adam on their backs. Then it's decided. I'll give you the coordinates to you on your pit bugs, and give you the things you need to survive out there, in case you get stuck for the night. Adam nodded at him. We won't let you down, Professor. Lavender looked down with worry in her eyes. Just be safe, okay? Don't worry, Lavender. We'll be okay. Neo bited in with a confident look at his look. Hey, it can't be that long way away. And besides, you have the Ironhook champions doing this. How hard can it be? Allie, Neo, Adam walked slowly through the plain, empty world. A fair wind blew at their backs, and both Neo's and Adam's dusters flapped calmly in the wind. Adam wore his goggles to protect his eyes from the bit of sand and dirt that occasionally flew at his eyes. Neo and Allie, on the other hand, didn't have the same protection as Adam did. Why did I think this would be easy? Neo shouted as he walked along the side of the old highway. Brother, you need to understand that you like to think a lot of things are easy. Well, he said 2 miles! He only walked 1. I know, Adam, but it feels more like 18. Lucy knows what Lucy put in my bag to make it this heavy! He shouted while looking at the rather large bump in his bag. Allie tried next to him with a bandana over her face. Let me check. We see if we can lighten the load a bit. Neo nodded to her and called for Adam to stop. So you don't stop. Ellie went over to Neo's right bag, and just before it was about to open, Lou sprung out and attacked Adam right next to Allie. Rah! She shouted as she looked out the bag. I got you, big brother. Lou, what the world are you doing in my bag? We told you not to come. Why did you? Allie helped Adam up as Lou bounced around playfully. With the happy feelings he just surprised Adam. I kinda help you. Allie stepped in with an angry glare. We know that, Lou, but we told you not to come. Lou stopped her hopping and looked down, with big eyes and a red bow in her hand. I know, but please let me stay. I'll be a good pony, promise. Neo sighed in frustration. We've already come this far. As much as I hate to have her come, we're all the way already out here. A giant grin found her way to her face. So I get to come with you, big brother? Neo sighed again, hanging his head low. Yes. She jumped up to her joyfully. Hey, I get to come. Just remember, Lou, About the monsters your dad talked about. Anna said, giving her a hoof across the mouth to sip her lip. She made herself get low and almost laying down persistent whispered, Okay, my brother, I'll be quiet. With that, they continued their way down the road. On the way, they would pause by an old cart, which they expected to see if there was anything of value inside. Though they found nothing, it made Lou happy to help look for some useful stuff inside the vehicle. Soon the flat world turned into a hilly landscape, with dead trees and weeds swaying in the distance. In front of them was a large green sign with white lettering on it. Welcome to Saints Grove, home of the Iron Hoof Robotics Center, and the world's largest cheese ball. Below the welcoming was the population, which was 3,456 ponies, though the group was sure that the number has shrunk significantly throughout the years. Down the road was what looked like the main street of town. Small stone buildings that looked like old businesses lined up the streets up and down. Some of the old shops had collapsed or caved in some parts of the buildings. Like before, the skeletons could be found hugging each other as they braced for the end. Wagons were found melted into the old road. Some posters, though dirty, old, and worn, were still readable on the walls of the buildings. War is not the answer. Join the Iron Hoof Ministry of Peace District today and help prevent the end today. Below was a rude, rebellious-type poster, crudely drawn pony with hitting Luna on the back. Help knock some sense into this damn mare, the poster read. Lou giggled at the poster. To her, it looked silly and goofy. Neo remembered what the recordings on his pit book said about how the ponies of the province felt about Equestria, and the way Luna ran it. It was made clear that whatever Luna had done all those years ago, it seemed to have pissed him off. As they continued down the main street of town, while staying close to the buildings on the side, he came up to a large hangar-like building and seemed to connect to a building that resembled a factory. Both Neo and Adam brought out their pit books and checked their EFS to see if this was the building they needed to enter. Just like they thought, the small orange marker that pointed to where they needed to go was flashing towards the rusted metal door near the factory building. Most of the windows had been blasted out, and the stone of the building was made out, chipped and fractured by the elements. 3 large smoke pipes towered high into the sky, and loomed hauntingly before them. A large sign near the ruined parking lot for the factory was tilted down, knocked by a large force. It was covered in graffiti and large scratches. The old sign that seemed to have advertised the robotics center had a message of its own. The graffiti and scratches covered the old message, repeating the warnings. Turn back! Leave before it's too late! This is a tomb. And many more were just a few messages that they could see. The door of the factory was a pale red, and it stood on a small patio that naturally had security guards of robots guarding the facility. Lou stared up at the large factory from the door and marveled at it. Sterling is big. Very big, Neo said with a chuckle as he approached the door. He wiggled the knob a bit, and to his surprise it was locked. Dang! Here I thought it might have been easier. Here, let me get it, Allie said, pulling a bobby pin, his screwdriver from her bag. As he started to work on the lock, Neo leaned in closer and watched her work on it. She stopped for a moment and looked at him oddly. What are you doing, Neo? Observing. Yeah, little freaky. Neo backed away with a faint blush on his cheeks. Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to see how you do it is all. She gave him a playful smile. If that's all there is, then I'll teach you. Neo leaned forward again to see how she picked the locks. Warning! The following is not an instruction on how to pick locks. Just because you follow what Allie is about to teach Neo does not mean you should be practicing picking locks from this story. This is just a little fun adventure story featuring ponies able to pick locks with a screwdriver and bobby pin. This has been a special edition of Please Don't Sue Us and Get Me Arrested! From Speaker Studios. Thank you very much. See? It's this pressure point. When I place a pin here and you activate it, then you want to... Adam and Lou sat down on the patio and waited for Allie to finish teaching Neo on how to pick locks. Lou would sit there and count the different kinds of wagons he saw on the street, made a game out of it. Adam joined in and helped her find wagons that had a blue tint to them and see how many they could find. Then you turn the screwdriver around like this, and the lock clicked open. There we are! One door ready for opening. Neo was amazed. He always thought lockpicking was some kind of complex matter, with pistons and complex inner workings. Though the last thing Allie just gave to prove otherwise. I would like to repeat! Do not take this as an endorsement from this channel on the fact that you can go ahead and pick locks at your leisure. I repeat, We are not endorsing this. We are not endorsing it. We endorse it. So please do not try this at home. Or at the very least, if you try this at home, don't sue me. Thank you. Thanks, Allie. It'll come in handy if I needed to do it myself. She buzzed faintly out. No problem. No problem at all. Are you two downright? We had monsters of that, Lou said while trying to kick in midair. Neil and Adam chuckled a bit at her enthusiasm. Lou, we're not here to fight monsters. We're here for the transistor. Trans what? She said, scratching her mane. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Okay, Lou? Neil said, ruffling her mane as she said scratched. Okay, dokie, look, big brother. The door swung slowly open as the dim light from the outside flooded the inside of the factory. All desks and cabinets lined the walls, and bits of trash and debris covered the old tile floor. A faint cloud of dust and dirt could be seen as the wind from the outside gently blew inside. Neil was the first to step inside. From his bag, he pulled out the combat shotgun Lucy had prepared for him and readied it. Neil looked through his bag real quick and found a 10mm pistol that had a full clip of ammunition and gave it to Allie. She levitated close to her, and she too cautiously walked inside. Adam had his magical laser pistol, which he had found from the first raiders he and Neil met on their first day outside the stable. Neil turned to Lou and whispered to her, Lou, stay close to me and don't wander off. She shook a little as the threatening place creaked and echoed in the wind that blew outside, giving the feeling a building was breathing. She nodded to him as he huddled closer to him. This place scares me. Is this where monsters live? Adam and Neil both turned their pit-bug's lights on, which illuminated the area around them. Yeah, Lou, this is where they live. Adam did the same as his brother turned his own light on. After he did so, he looked at his EFS to see where they needed to go. Brother, it says we need to go over there, he whispered as he pointed to a large red door with the words Factory Offices on it. He nodded to him, but before they left the room, they checked each desk, cabinet, and box that was in the room. Of course! That's what any RPGer would do! And the only things that were of any value were some bottle caps, a few 10mm bullets, and a shotgun shell. It seemed a puzzle to them as to why the ponies kept the ammo and bottle caps in the cabinets and desks. But then again, it was just good to have them and not question why a pony would put them there. In the next room, there were small dividing walls to separate the many small workplaces in the room. Chairs were flung over, and desks were turned upside down, or damaged in one way or the other. Posters of different kinds were on the walls. Pictures of the founding ponies of Robotics Center hung crooked and burnt on a peeling old wall. Light came in from the two broken windows on one side of the room, which left the other side completely dark. Allie motioned for them to split up and cover the room for anything that might be valuable. And since the room wasn't too large, no pony could get lost. Allie had done this kind of thing many times before, and as such, the looting was mainly handled by her. Adam searched a few desks but found nothing. Allie did the same, and like Adam, she had no luck in finding anything. Neil and Lou looked at a few desks along the wall. And to his surprise, one terminal on one of the desks was still operational. Does it still work? Neil looked to it and started to look at the home screen. Looks like it did, Lou. There isn't anything worth looking at. On the screen were three options. One was office files, the other were purchase records, and the last was recordings. Leo didn't really care about the rest and went straight to the recordings. Lou watched as he chose the first recording of the terminal. To keep things quiet, Neil had an ear plume, which he kept in the compartment of his pit bug. Adam had made little compartments on their pit bugs so they could keep things like spare parts and their air balloons inside them. He put the air balloon inside of the terminal and gave one to Lou so she could listen too, and started the first recording. This is the lead robotics programmer, Marshmallow Twist. Today, we started research for the Equestrian military. Hell, only 3 months till the war started, and they already have us making weapons. The chief is telling me that I need to work on programming for something the board calls a predator, though I have no clue what the design is, what I'm really supposed to do. I mean, sure, I need to program this thing, but I don't have those clues to what they want as far as intelligence, attack protocol, and morality. I'll have to ask him later and see if he can tell exactly what this thing is. The recording ended with a bleep. Below the recording was a box of image files, and another recording attached to them. Curious, Neil went to the first image file as he opened it, and as he did, the message started to play automatically. The image on the screen was the blueprints for the Predator and how it was to be built. Blue looked at it oddly. With a puzzled expression, he poked Neo. "My brother, what is it?" Neo stared at the picture for some time before answering. "I don't know, Lou." The robot itself was a massive cat-like machine. A long spike ran down its back, and a sharp-edged metal frame covered the different parts of the monster's body. The plates looked more like armor than anything else. Sharp edging only added to the feeling that were tools of death. Its legs had synthetic muscle, and claws were razor-sharp and nearly 5 inches long. The tail was a long black tube that looked like muscle to support its legs. The tail's tip was 4 bars or sharp ends. In the center was a long, thick syringe. On the tip of its plated steel head, to the artificial muscle neck, were rows of diamond-sharp teeth. The eyes looked out with a lifeless demon. Only the red dots in the place where real eyes should be. Pointy cat-like ears were on its head, and according to design, they were actually meant to really hear. You know what? To heck with it. I couldn't sleep last night. About a month ago, I was told to program these things, and they showed me the blueprints for them. I lost it, and it got worse when they told me what they wanted them to do. Dear sweet Celestia. At first it found it easy, but then when I took the program I had made, gave it to the board, I thought it was over. They contributed my most to this project. No, they invited me to the demonstration of the first prototype. I went to demo grounds, sat in the bleachers where we watched the weapon perform. Okay, one moment. I can't believe I made these things work. To think these will actually kill. They'll die horribly because of my programs. Oh, you're so twist. You're fine. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, the demonstration. I sat there. When they brought it out, it prowled like a monster, like from an old Daring Do novel. First, it bowed to the audience, which comprised of the lead developers. Then, we sent out 3 test dummies. This is where I lost it. The thing hacked, slashed, and maimed them. Oh, that was not the worst of it. You see, these things, once they were done to killing their prey, The recording ended. Neo backed up, looked for any more recordings. Unfortunately, there were none. Dang it! Neo said, taking his blue back. Lou looked at the picture a bit longer. Are those monsters? Yes, Lou. We better move quickly before the monsters find us. Neo? Allie said, poking her head around the corner of the vine wall across from him. I didn't find anything, and Adam hasn't had much luck either. Neo's side turned off the terminal. Really? Not even one thing? Nope, Adam said, trying from behind him. Allie came out and stood next to Lou and Neo. Now all eyes were on Adam. Adam pointed to the door at the far end of the room. We go through here, and then go up the stairs and across the hallway to the factory. From there, we go up a flight of stairs. There should be a room with a control terminal there. Hopefully the transistor's there. Neo calmly asked, Is that what your pip book says? Adam nodded. Yep. It tells me you have a 78% chance of finding it there, too. He walked over to the door into a large room with a high ceiling. Inside was a pad where tests were done to robotics, such as robot limbs and pieces that were scattered throughout the room. Skeletons lay back against the walls, with large claw marks behind them. Along the side was a staircase, which led to a control room near the top of the ceiling. Ignoring the bones, the 4 made their way up to the control room, minds shaking on the unstable stairs as they made it up to the room in one piece. There were several control panels, with 2 skeletons sitting in the chairs. At the one end of the slender control room was a door, which was flashing continuously on both Adam and Neil's EFS. No bad night so far. That's a good sign. Adam thought to himself as he entered the door and went across the factory, dividing it between it and the office buildings. The factory itself consisted of several lines of conveyor belts and robotic building arms. The windows in the main factory level they were on were blown out, which allowed small beams of orange light to seep in. Around the area was a catwalk that seemed to go on just about everywhere in the factory level. Adam pointed out the path that took them to the main control center. And just like the other catwalk, this one was just as unstable. Treading lightly up to the main area was difficult because Lou found it fun every time the walkway shook. So to keep her from knocking them all down, Neo put her on his back so she wouldn't break the only way up to their destination. Just like the other building, the control room went the same, only there were no skeletons and chairs. And instead of a basic control panel, a large terminal replaced where it should have been. Bingo! Alice said cheerfully as she took the opened the bomb, started work to get the transistor from it. Neil stood by the door with his combat shotgun at the ready, and Lou and Allie watched Adam work getting the transistor inside. Adam pushed the wires and cords out of the way until he found a transistor laying there in the center of the inner workings. Now, all I need to do is get one more thing loose, he muttered as he levitated the screwdriver out of his saddlebag. Okay, one more screw, and the component was now loosely dangling in a mess of wires. Now to get it out! Adam wrapped himself around it and tugged on it gently, but it wouldn't move. What the? He pulled a little hard, still in no luck. Okay, Adam, one more time! He thought to himself, putting both hose on it. A little more force, so the string holding it in place snapped, instead of falling back with the transistor in his hooves. Well, I got it, Adam said, getting up and putting the small things in his bag. Neil looked over to him and lowered his shotgun. Then can we go now? Adam nodded at him with a calm smile. Yep, can't wait to get... A loud, raspy barking sound cried out through the empty factory. Then a loud cry called out 3 more times as the large one echoed through the emptiness. Lou tugged on Neil's duster. Big brother, who's that? Neil gently put his hoof on Lou's mouth and motioned for every pony to keep quiet. For a moment all was silent, and all they did was listen. All 4 heard an ear twist as they heard a faint, slow screeching and tapping sound to come up every now and again. It, in a small way, sounded like something was walking. Slowly, the noise got louder and louder, till the very sound started to sound like an echo throughout the whole building. Sweat started to gently drip down Neil's forehead, and Adam and Allie's hearts bounded like crazy as they breathed heavily. The sound was gone. It vanished, and the silence came back, and all was it was before, quiet. All 4 sighed with relief. Maybe it's gone, Ellie whispered. Neil nodded to her. Yeah, I think it's gone. Let's hope we don't... A window next to him was attacked by a large steel monster with blood-red glowing eyes, biting and clawing at the frame of the window to get inside. Lou and Adam screamed as he jumped out of the way. Neil pulled his shotgun off and let 2 rounds into the monster's face as it tried to get in. Sparks flew from the creature's face as bullets hit it, but as a surprise it did little or nothing to stop it from destroying the window. Hurry, we need to get down the stairs, now! Neil called out. Quickly, they all tried to get downstairs without causing the catwalk to collapse. But just as they reached the bottom, the metallic monster stood at the doorway, blinking at them with its lifeless red eyes. They all stared up at it for a moment. Neil took a second and went into the stats, which highlighted the monster. Every limb was at 100% strength, and the pit bug marked as a predator. Neil got out his stats and urged Neil Adam to pull out his laser pistol. Adam did so, and shot it as it leaped from catwalk to catwalk, made its way down to them, hissing and shrieking as it came closer to them. Even in stats, Adam barely hit the fast-moving target. It was now only 50 feet away from them. Now common sense they decided to fall back. Running for their lives, they made a left towards the bomb, only to the other door of the room besides the room it had come from. Allie and Lou managed to push it open for Neil and Adam as the thing leaped into the woods to get to them faster. Adam leaped to the door and made his way for his brother to step in. The murderous beast only 5 feet away from Neil. He jumped for dear life. As soon as Neil was fully in Allie, Adam and Lou shut the door and put their backs to it. There was a long, industrial-like hallway that seemed to branch off to another hallway. Pipes and vents covered the ceiling onto rusted old lights that dangled from above. Every pony was panting heavily, with their backs to the door. All their hearts were racing, and even this seemed more frightening than the battle they had with the Manticore back in the city. Lou was on the verge of crying, scared. I don't want to fight the monsters anymore. I want to go home, she sniffed. Neil took her and hugged her gently. It's okay. I don't think it could get us from here, he cooed softly to her. Adam got up and put his eye to the keyhole to the door to see the predator was there. All he saw was on the monster sitting on the ground, watching the door carefully. Its tail swaying slowly back and forth as it waited. Were those things that the predator professor was talking about? Or are those something else entirely? Allie's levitating her pistol close to her head. Those were them, all right. What I want to know is how they found out we were here. Al sat back down and put his head to the door again. Maybe there's somebody else here. They came here to hide and just found us looking for them. Neil got up and got a shotgun ready. Well, it doesn't matter now, I guess. The thing we need to worry about now is getting everybody out of here alive. Everyone nodded at him, and they backed away from the door slowly, trying not to make any noise as they had left the building. Together, they turned around and looked down the hallway that branched off into two ways. One way went right and the other left. So, what's late then? Allie asked, looking both ways. Neil looked at Allie and started to discuss where they should go. As they walked, Adam's ears twitched. It was as if he could hear something. He looked at the vent next to him on the wall. That was awfully large for a normal vent. Lou looked at Adam as he leaned in close to see if he could hear something. Neil gave a nod. Yeah, that sounds good. Let's just take us outside. Or at least it should. But before he turned around to Adam, he noticed how he was listening to the vent. He raised an eyebrow and leaned closer to hear it as well. What is it? I think I hear a voice. Neil gave him a weird look. A voice? Yeah. Faintly, Neil could hear the ground of metal gently tapping echo into the vent. But the longer he listened, the louder it grew. It kept growing louder and louder with each passing second. That's when he realized. It wasn't a voice of a pony for that matter. He reeled back. Get back on the vent! A large metallic paw with dagger-like claws out of the vent and started swiping randomly at the group. Neil wasn't fast enough to back up, and two of the claws cut huge crosses against his chest. He yelled at his pain as he put a hook to his chest to hold the stinging pain. Run! Hurry to the left! He yelled as the four dashed to the left. But one by one, vents everywhere sprung open. His claws reached out to slash at their targets. As he ran, he continuously got beat and cut by the swarm of claws. Adam felt several sharp pains run down his side and back legs as they ran to the end. Allie's legs were swiped at viciously as she was too scarred all over her lower legs. Lou managed to dodge most of the claws, but man cut her across her cheek. She screamed in pain. She'd never been cut that badly before, and she couldn't hold back her tears as she ran for her life. The door at the end of the hallway was large, simple oval-shaped metal door with pistons and large locks on it. At the other side of the door was a large glowing button that had a large O printed on it. Below it was a large yellow button that had a large C on it. Once they were at the door, Neil ran straight for the buttons on one side of the door. The metal creatures swayed fiercely as they tore away at bits of ventilation shafts that were holding him in. The door up at the group was standing at this open clank as it fell down to the floor across the floor. No hesitation, they each hurried through the door, closing behind him. Out of pure instinct, Al took his laser pistol and shot the pad that opened and closed the door. They all sat down and tried to catch their breaths from the dodging and running that they had to do. The several scratches they had received stung horribly. The fact that their hearts were racing didn't help the faint throbbing in their injuries. Thank goodness, that's over, Neil sighed before looking around the room they were in. Lou had small tears rolled down her eyes. She sobbed quietly, putting her hoof to a small cut on her cheek. Adam noticed her sobs, and he went over with a calming smile. For him, each one of his scars stung as he walked over to her. The only thing at the moment he could do was fight the pain, then help Lou. Lou, what's the problem? My cheek hurts. Adam took a better look at her face, and the small cut wasn't bad. It looked like she was in pain. Here, he said, taking a small canteen and rag from his bag. Put a bit of water on it. It helped her clean her face up. I know it hurts, she yelled as she tried to clean his face. Lou, I know it hurts, but it'll help me heal faster. She gave him an unsure look as her ears folded down. You say so, big brother. Thank you, Lou. Neil looked all over the large, dark room. The ceiling was high, and only a few windows with faint beams of yellow light came in through the bunking windows overhead. The most of the room was covered in large metal crates, bearing some old worn-out symbol on each crate. One of the most notable features was the odd-looking machines in the corner of the room. On ZFS, it showed them as friendly, though the dark metal and large red dot in the middle seemed to give it a rather hostile feeling. Neil turned to the group and motioned his hoof forward. Come on, we need to get going. Helpless just waiting in and nod at him. Let's be careful, and hope that there aren't any of those things in here. The four slowly made their way to the sea of metal crates. As they went in, all had their weapons ready, in case more decided to come out of the vents again. So deep in their heads, they knew that the weapons had the little things, because how could you kill a tool of death? That was the question that floated around their minds and impacted their confidence. About halfway through the crates, they heard a large hissing noise, like that of metal being cut by a blowtorch. Neil put his hoof up and looked behind him. Though he couldn't see from where it was, he could hear the sound clearly from behind the crates as they passed. He turned to Adam and Allie. Here, if you help boost me up, I'll go see what they're doing at the door. They gave him a quick nod and positioned themselves next to a crate so he could climb up. Neil quietly climbed up on top of them, pulled himself up to the crate. Once on top, he looked over at the door. From where he was, he could see a large, glowing red light with sparks flying from it, draw a circle that looked big enough for a large pony. It was almost complete when he saw it. Dear Celestia, he whimpered to himself, eyes wide with terror. He jumped down for the crate with a thud. Instantly he said, Run! At that very moment, a large clank echoed through the room. Loud screams and murderous cries for the beast rang out from the end of the room. Okay, Trixie, again, I need what are our limits when it comes to aliens jokes? Aliens jokes, so let's see what we got here. Let's see. Here we go. You'll be happy to know, since we really get to see it to do any alien guys, we got no limits. Woohoo! No limits! That's it! Game over, man! Game over! It's a bug hunt, man! It's a bug hunt! Oi! I say, get a hold of yourself! We don't fight these aliens as pieces! They ran into the complex maze of crates, trying to get as much distance from the predators as possible. More like xenomorphs, if you ask me. All the while, the predators would leap on top of the crates with the bright red lights coming from their eyes. They searched for the group. Finally, the four made it to a small clearing with a control pad against the wall. Adam looked at it curiously, wondering what it could be for. Neil stopped and took him by the shoulders. Adam, we need to go! They're coming for us! He shook him off and made his way to the controls. Adam, what the hell are you doing? To be honest with himself, he wasn't sure either. But something was calling to him into that control panel. Whether it be his gut or some higher power, he needed to use it. Niels and the other followed him as he chased after Adam. Adam looked at the many buttons and knobs on the panel. On the top was a label which read Security Controls. Turn the controls and press several buttons next to the four glowing markers. Then, several flashes and loud gunshots could be heard as the monsters cry out. Neil and the group stopped to hear what was happening. Whatever Adam had done seemed to have helped. Then, large flashes of red shot out from the top of the crates. Each turret that was in the room burst into flames, crashed down to the floor in a smoking red heap. Oh, for crying out, they can learn! Great, Neil sighed before getting everyone together and continued to run from the predators. They made several sharp turns as the pathway to stacked crates made smaller and smaller until they got way to a single file to get through. Finally, they saw the end of where a large metal door was, and hopefully a way out of the nightmare. They ran with a hopeful spirit guiding them as they bolted to the only way out. Just as they all got out of the sea of crates, a bright red light was shone on them. In an instant, a large metal creature pounced from above on everybody but Lou. He got knocked back by the creature's tail into an open crate with several sledgehammers. The monster sinks its large, dagger-like claws into Allie and Al's back, went straight through Al's levitation shell. The jaw of the monster, though, was focused on Neo. It went under him and bit on his right leg with long devil's teeth. They all cried out in pain as blood splashed out across the floor. Cries of agony could be heard. It started to shake Neo around. He bit his claws on the other two. With every jerk, it made Neo cry out in gut-wrenching agony. He couldn't turn around to stab it with his arm knife. And Adam and Allie were pinned as they watched the wave for the creature to finish with Neo. The monster dragged him closer as he let go of his leg and reeled back to bite his neck and end his life. I'm sorry, everybody. I tried, he whispered, his tears coming down his eyes as he prepared to meet his fate. Just as the monster led his head forward, a huge sledgehammer covered in pink aura slid right in the face and making it stagger backwards. His hold on Allie and Adam was broken. They got up, shaking as their blood ran down their backs. The pain from the claws could still be felt. The hammer came slamming down as Lou stood up with an angry face. Don't hurt my big brothers! She shouted at it. Once the monster had shaken its metal head, it looked at her with rage burning in its soulless eyes. She stepped back and looked at it terrified as it crouched down to pounce on her. It had totally forgotten about its previous prey. Now it just wanted Lou. Big brothers, help me! She screamed as it jumped at her. Lou, no! Every pony else shouted in unison. Then a loud crack, followed by a bright flash of blue light, set the monster's chest ablaze as it collapsed on the floor, lifeless. Two more predators came up from their crates, like the one before, stared at him with puff of glowing red eyes. But like the first one, both seemed to explode in a blazing heap of steel and purple goo. Neil tried to roll around, but his torn-up leg wouldn't allow him. Hurry! Get up! Before more show up! A fuzzy-looking dark figure shouted as Neil's visiting hearing became blood and disoriented. Was Big Brother gonna be okay? He could hear Lara state as his vision became more blurred. Neil's breathing got slow as his body became limp. Adam noticed this and went over to his big brother, putting his hand on his host. Brother! He said in a mournful tone, tears building in his eyes. She felt lightheaded and woozy, but his brother wasn't moving. The only thing that was his chest was slowly rising and rose and followed. Brother! Wake up! He shouted. Neil, get in! Shut the hell up, you two! Called the pony with a large trench coat, mask covering his face. Side was a large, odd-looking rifle that was connected to a saddle wearing on his back. My brother's not moving. We need to help him. And if you don't help me with him, he won't get any help. Adam, though tired and in pain, helped the stranger on his back as the 5 ponies walked over to the metal door at the end of the room. As the door clanked open, Adam helped Silver's with one hoof. But you helping us, and who are you? My reasons are my own. You best do to remember that. As for who I am nobody. Adam glared at him angrily, but was willing to help him. Why turn down a helping hoof? Though he did it himself when he kept his wits about. Even if the pony looks nice, he wasn't smart to just jump in and trust him. The door clanked open, and 5 ponies walked up the small flight of stairs that was on either side of the door. Adam watched as Neil's blood dripped from the stranger's back and carried him up. The whole scene reminded him of when his brother helped him at the Raider shack. Just like how Neil did what he could to save him, he wasn't going to let him die. Because he was his older brother, the only thing he had in this new world. Footnote: Level up. New perk: Web up your friends. Whenever a friendly in your group is injured, your healing on them is 20% more effective. Footnote: Level up. New perk: Quick thinking. During combat, if you repair a wagon or piece of equipment, that weapon gains 24 damage or durability until you repair it again. Footnote: Lou leveled up. Lou the Monster Hunter. So you might be cute, you pack a mean punch. When you attack a critter or a robot, you gain 20% damage bonus.